So you've locked in your micro niche, you know exactly what problem you want to solve and for who, and you are ready to create your first digital product. Now, there are 3 main steps that I want to go over with you to creating your first product, and I'm going to be honest with you, this will take time to develop. So let's get into it. And if you haven't already found your target audience or your micro niche, I've created a free niche finder workbook that you guys can check out to help you get started on this, because that step is very important before you start creating a product. So I'll leave the link down in the description for you. Component number 1. This is your MVP, your minimum viable product that you will offer to your target audience. It's purely the outline of your actual digital product. And this is the part that I find most people hesitate on, because it's the very beginning of this big step you're taking to creating a product, and you want it to be good, but it can also be extremely overwhelming. So I want to make this as simple as possible for you. I want you to list out the roadmap of your course, and I'll show you a physical diagram so you can copy this for yourself. So list out 3 to 5 of the key steps or modules that your audience will go through on their transformation. Each module will then have their own transformation with at least 3 to 4 subpoints. Simple enough? See, now all you need to do is simply transfer all of this data onto a blank document where you can then start filling in each of the modules and their subpoints with whatever information or transformation you want to bring your audience through. This is the meat of your product, and I want you to fill out at least 95% of this. So pause the video, put it on your watch for later list if you must. But before we get onto the second component of building a digital product, make sure you hit on all of the crucial steps to getting your target audience from point A to B for whatever problem you're solving. And don't worry if it's not exactly like the outline that I gave you. That's why there's a range of numbers. You can also keep coming back to this outline throughout the whole process, because that's the whole point of it, is so that you can learn and tweak it. Now, this section of the video isn't necessarily long because I want you to actually take action with your own pencil and paper and fill out the blanks. The second component to this is a pre-launch. And it's basically where you pre-launch your product and the exact outline that you just filled out. You aren't creating anything like complex videos or these beautifully designed online courses that you see. The point of launching this outline is to get a live analysis and understanding of exactly what your audience needs to successfully get through this course. Now, you can either present this as a live cohort where you present each module 1 week at a time and improve for the second week to meet your audience's needs. Or you can release all the modules at once with as much detail and value as you can provide for each modules and submodules. Then you let them go through the course on their own, obviously allowing communication access to you throughout the process. This is extremely important to best support your clients and their questions or concerns. And make the appropriate adjustments to your course as well. The whole purpose of this second step is to just launch a pre-version to further conclude that this is a product that your clients do need. And like I said, this pre-launch phase may take you a couple weeks to really hone in and get every detail assessed. And you can still charge for this pre-launch, just nothing too crazy. Because it still is a product in development, your audience should be aware of why you are giving it to them at a discounted price. But once you have gone through this pre-launch and you see that your audience is in demand for your product, and you've seen genuine feedback that is mostly positive, and you see that people are actually successfully getting through this, you can then move on to the third step. Component number 3, creating your actual product. After time, reviews, and edits, it's now safe to say that you can automate this product and launch it without having to do the one-on-one teaching aspect. At this point, you should have solved most of the general problems that your clients came up with throughout your course, and provide a whole 360 on each and every one of these modules of what they need to be successful. And with all of this bundle of your knowledge and experience, you can actually start to charge more, not only because you've provided more valuable information, but also its time and dedication that it took to create this. Now, to create an actual product, I like to use a platform called Stan.store, and this is probably the most easiest way to implement all of the information and all the modules that you have put together, while also including other important information like the videos or downloadable PDFs that will further help your clients. So what else do you include in your HTO or your high ticket offer? The most common is to first create videos for each of the sections and modules, making sure to include lots of visuals, text, and moments for your audience to pause and do the work for themselves, as well as having a text version. This is so that whenever the person wants to listen or read, they have the option to do so. And some people may not want to watch the whole video over again, so they would just prefer to scroll through the transcript. What's also included in these larger courses is some sort of community. This is some sort of group chat that only your members have access to, where they can talk with each other or they can talk directly with you for further guidance, which, like I said before, you want to be able to provide as much support as possible. You don't want to just throw them off the diving board and watch them drown. But having automated all of these detailed modules will allow you to kind of take away the one-on-one teaching aspect. So over time, while you still have your pre-launch available, you can then start to market that your full course will be released soon. Feedback is key to ensure that you are building an online course that supports the clients and their journey. It is simple action steps, but the complexity comes from your end, putting all of your knowledge together into one package and solving for that one specific problem. I don't want to take too much of your time here in this video because I want you to spend more time taking action. And if you need that first outline again, I'll link down below a downloadable PDF so you don't have to keep coming back to this video to fill it out. And if you haven't found your niche already, I will leave down below the Niche Finder workbook as well, because this is probably one of the most important steps to starting this online business journey. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next one. Bye!